Welcome to my video. It's me, Oracle Brigette. I'm going to do some light codes. I want to give you a little bit of an updated energy report. And I'm also answering questions from the comments, from the chat rather. So that means if you're watching the replay of this, there's going to be a portion of the program where you're going to hear me, or see me rather, reading out questions out loud that I will be answering. Okay? So that's my plan. Let me pin this comment so you guys know what's going on. If you come in a little later. Okay, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. We just finished 5 classes in a row for our Lionsgate Pilates portal. It was exhilarating. If you are taking the classes with me, I hope you loved it. I officially got access to HD recording on Zoom. So I'm super excited. I don't have to go over to Vimeo and start paying a bunch of money that it just didn't resonate. It's not that, I don't mind paying a bunch of money for something that's worth it. But if I could figure out how to do it on Zoom, then I'm gonna do it on Zoom. And those of you who have an issue with Zoom's new AI thing, just don't save your recordings to the cloud. Just don't save them to the cloud. Save them to your local computer. Don't save them to the cloud, and then the AI can't access them. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. So it's a Saturday. As I said, we did a Pilates class this rising, and now we're going to take a 2-day break. We're going to take Sunday, Monday off, and then we'll start again 5 days of Pilates on the Tuesday of next week. Oh, I still have my workout playlist on, and I've got my cards here next to me. I've got my coffee, I've got my chlorophyll water, I've got a snack. I've got stuff to do my nails. Like, I already went to the bathroom. Like, I'm here. I'm here for an hour. Like, I'm telling you I'm good is what I'm saying. I've got all the tools. I want to turn the music down a little. Hold on. Okay. So, how are you? I'm gonna switch the playlist, and then we'll get started. I already did like weekend ahead, and week ahead collective readings in my video portal. So if you're looking for just a straight up reading, go ahead and go to the video portal on my website. You will find those there. If you do not have a membership on my website, you can't access the video portal, though. You need at least a Quartz membership on my website to access the video portal. A Quartz membership is $5 a month. I'm not gatekeeping the prices, trying to trick you into visiting my website or some weird shit. I'll tell you straight up. What the video portal is comprised of is every week I update it with an hour long, and actually this week it was pretty much 2 hour long videos. Usually it's an hour long and a 30-minute long video. And in those videos I have fresh light codes, super raw, intense light codes. Also, I give predictions. All my predictions and prophecies go in those sessions. And here we go. Okay. And I just updated that yesterday. So if you want readings, just like a straight up reading, without any of the other things that we like to do here on Instagram, there is a place for that. Okay. Let me go ahead and open the live on my computer. Good. Okay, now whenever I open the live on my computer too, I feel like there's less of a chance of me to miss your question. I feel like sometimes I miss some comments. We did it. Hallelujah. Thank you, Spirit. And if you saw my nose, it's healed. She's healed. She's healed. Wow. So the first thing that you need to be able to do in this cosmic energy is acknowledge when your vibration is raising. On the spot. Another thing I need you to know about paradigm shifts. Oh. Sorry, I got my door open. I just wanted to hear the sounds of the city. Kind of keeps me grounded. So you too will hear the sounds of the city. Okay. So your vibration is raising, and although I've never ever been scuba diving, what it feels that I need to what I need to tell you of is it may remind you of, wait, I don't want to see my shelves or my ballet shoes. I'm trying to shift this so I don't see them. Okay. So if you've ever been scuba diving and you felt that physical sensation of the pressure around you shifting and the pressure of your body adjusting, that is what this energy may remind you of. Mind you, I've never been scuba diving, so it's like one of those channel messages like, okay, let me know if that resonates. So this means, okay, I'm going to go deeper into this scuba type of analogy. So even if you've never been scuba diving like me, just get into your elementary school science. So when you're going underwater, the deeper you go, the more water pressure is pressing on your body. And so when you go deeper and deeper into the depths of the water, you cannot go too quickly because you need to give the rest of your body time to acclimate to that pressure. And it goes the same for when you are then exiting very deep water when you're scuba diving. You can't go too quickly. You need to go at a particular safe pace that is slower than you may think. So you give your body time to acclimate to that release of pressure. That's the best way I can describe this current cosmic energy. Exactly, ears popping and shit. So in this current cosmic energy, you're going to acknowledge that sometimes there is definitely an internal something going on. That's acclimation, because the external vibrations are shifting and your body is acclimating. So you're not necessarily going to notice maybe that there's an external pressure on you because it's vibrations. What you're going to notice is that your body is acclimating to something. So what does it feel like? What does it mean, Oracle Brigette, when you say my body is acclimating to something? What is that supposed to feel like? And I want to be as general as possible because every single person has different qualities dislodging and being released. Ways that you present yourself, ways that you think, ways that you act, ways that you talk, cravings that you have, parasites that are in your body, things that you weren't necessarily born with, things that your soul didn't bring into this incarnation, but things that you picked up along the way of your life that just don't resonate high enough for you to be able to survive as the vibrations shift. But your body wants you to survive. Your body is incredible. Your body is made to survive. So this means that any energetics that you have embodied or taken into your energy fields, voluntarily or involuntarily, any energetics that you have taken on that are not contributing to your ascension, that are not contributing to your acclimation to the higher vibrational energies around you, they're going to get dislodged. They're going to get dislodged. Okay? So I don't know which quality you've got going on that's too low vibrational, is not going to contribute to your ascension. And so your body's like, yeah, you got to go. And you got to go. And you got to go. Your body is going to try its best to keep you alive, and I hope that you will work with it. Again, this sounds kind of ominous. It sounds kind of general, so take a deep breath. If you're not holding a baby or operating some kind of vehicle, put a hand on your heart, maybe two. Maybe put your other hand on your solar plexus. Ooh, and take a deep breath into those hands. And repeat after me. This is my body. This is my life. And I work with it because it's here for me, to assist me in moving forward in the best way possible. It's natural for me to move forward in a way that works best for me. Every aspect of myself is here for my benefit. Take a deep breath. Hello, my dears. Come in. We're in the middle of doing some guided affirmations. So put one hand on your heart and one hand on your solar plexus, okay? And just join on in. I have 2 more sets of affirmations for us. Take another deep breath. Okay, ready? As I move forward, I'm totally cool with my body feeling better and better. As I move forward, I'm totally fine with, and I expect to feel better and better. I'm okay with releasing previously held energies that were inside my body that no longer contribute to my ascension. And so it is. What you just said really slowly was, I allow myself to release previously held energies that no longer contribute to my ascension. I allow myself to release previously held energies that no longer contribute to my ascension. You have to say it. I allow myself to release previously held energies that no longer contribute to my ascension. Deep breath. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. I want you to be okay with the fact that you're changing, because you're changing in your favor. And there is an element of this incredible human experience where we're changing and we're choosing. I chose this wall art. I chose this outfit. I choose this hairstyle. I chose this filter. These are elements of my aesthetic that I chose, and I know I can change whenever I want. There are other qualities that change about me that I have to just support and understand that I am changing from the inside out, because I've already affirmed for myself that I'm going to allow myself to work in my favor. We have already affirmed today that we are moving forward in alignment with our spirit. Did you do that when you rose this morning? When you rose? Should we do that together too? All right, take your hands, shake them out a little. And now, these next affirmations I'm going to take you through, I want you to talk with your hands, okay? Unless you're operating a vehicle or holding a baby. These next affirmations, I want you to talk with your hands. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. As I move forward, of course, I align with my spirit. I am constantly, always in alignment with my spirit. Take a deep breath. Repeat after me. Keep talking with your hands. You've got to talk with your hands. Okay, repeat after me. I am my spirit. I thrive in this body. I am an unstoppable force. This life experience is exhilarating. I'm constantly inspired and dazzled by the beauty and love that I have access to and that is coming upon me in this moment and in every moment. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Take a deep breath and shake out your hands. Then put your hands on your heart and say, I'm totally cool with this. Say, I'm totally cool with feeling better and better. I'm totally cool with aligning with my spirit. And I trust that whatever truths may reveal themselves to me, I will be ready for each and every one, so that they can be received in alignment and contributing to my highest vibrational potential. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Sorry, I started there a little bit. I wasn't planning on doing affirmations with y'all today. It's just what was needed because of the energies. Because I think that when we start to think about change and changing, we get a little nervous because we already know how to make this version of ourselves work. So it's like, wait, I got to change? Oh no. Especially my fixed signs, right? I got to change? Oh no, I just figured this one out. These changes are occurring to bring you into greater authenticity. I want to remind you. These changes about you are occurring to bring you into greater authenticity. As you change, you feel better. As you change, you feel better. Things get easier. As you change, everything starts attracting towards you. And these everythings that attract towards you, it's everything that you like and you want. Because you're being authentic. Your authentic desires are now emanating off of you, communicating to the universe. So then those who are that which you desire, the energetics that are that which you desire, can feel your desire to them, and that magnetizes them to you. And because you are in alignment with your true heartfelt desires, you are open to receive them. So then when those energetics present themselves to you, you're getting to actually connect with them and connect with them and connect with them. And this has not happened. We have just lived through, I'm only 34. So I can say, I know for sure we have lived through 34 years of shit not connecting. Shit was not connecting. We have shot so many manifestational blanks. Many of us have been shooting manifestational blanks for a long time. That is not the case anymore. Every single thing you do emanates outward. We're in a new paradigm. We're in a new reality. Okay, now you're ready to hear the light code I have about the subtlety of this paradigm shift that we're in. And this is something I talked about. When did I talk about this? I talked about this on Thursday in Lightworker News and Affirmations. So you're going to get a little bit of advanced light codes. Take a deep breath. Okay. Do you remember disclosure? Do you remember life pre-disclosure? If you're over 30, you definitely do. Do you remember how 10 years ago, if you said UFOs were real or aliens were real, depending on who you're talking to, it was varying ranges of you're crazy. You're a conspiracy theorist. 10 years ago, if you said aliens were real or UFOs were real, you would be called a crazy person, conspiracy theorist, science fiction nerd. It was not widely accepted. In fact, it was taboo to speak on such a topic, such as aliens and UFOs being real. 10 years ago, you'd be an outcast if you talked about it too much. You'd be called a tinfoil head. Now, look at the paradigm we've shifted into. 10 years later, but not even. 10 years later. And you say aliens are real, UFOs are real, and people are like, yeah, of course. Duh. People are like, yeah, whatever. Well, that's old news. We've been known that. It's on the news. For the most part now, disclosure happened in a very gaslighty way. Because I don't watch the news, but it will be on in lobbies of places I go to, and other people watch the news, and they're talking about aliens and UFOs, and they're talking about it in a very casual, non-big deal type of way. In the new paradigm, aliens and UFOs are just real. In the new paradigm, there was no big... Sweetie, if your friends are thinking you're crazy because you're talking about UFOs are real, that's a sign your friends are in the old paradigm. We're talking about new paradigm stuff, babes. In the new paradigm, in the world that I'm in and what I'm experiencing, thank God our phones are multidimensional so we can all reach each other even though we're in different paradigms, right? In the paradigm that I'm in, it's fucking widespread normal knowledge that UFOs and aliens are real. And I'm just like, damn. Because 10 years ago, we would all be on here on Instagram, or maybe not Instagram, but we would all be on here on the internet. And we would be like, oh, when disclosure happens, when the government finally admits and announces that UFOs and aliens are real, the revolution is going to happen. People are going to awaken. The world is going to change. We're going to get flying cars. It's going to really be the future when disclosure happens. Bitch, nope. So gaslighty. No big celebration, no big announcement, and no one made a big deal about it. No one made a big deal about it. Now it's just normal. The subtlety of the paradigm shift. So now it's like, Duh, aliens are real. We always knew aliens are real. What are you talking about? Like, that's not a big deal. That doesn't make you edgy because you think UFOs are real. We all know that. Like, bitch, stop gaslighting me. Are you kidding me? Because 10 years ago, you couldn't talk about those taboo topics without people thinking you were weird. Oh, and now you're like off trend by bringing up UFOs and aliens because everyone's been known? Oh, okay. This is what a paradigm shift is like. Very similar to butterfly effect stuff, right? Or what do we call it? Montauk effect? No, fuck, I'm getting confused. All the data's going into my brain. You know what I'm talking about, right? The Berenstain Bears thing, for instance. So it's just like a subtle shift, a subtle change in reality, and it's not a big deal to most people. So now I'm just like, we're just in this paradigm. Mandela effect. Oh, thank you. I was so close. Mandela effect. I think Butterfly Effect was that traumatizing movie where they talked about it. So, and then Montauk Effect is that Instagram page that posts really entertaining stuff. I'm putting it together. Okay, let me get back on topic. Okay, the paradigm shift. So the paradigm shift is subtle, babe. The paradigm shift is subtle. Now aliens and UFOs are real. And there ain't no big disclosure party. And no revolution happened. Humanity did not just widespreadly awaken and every slave was set free because disclosure happened the way we kind of thought that was going to happen. And so that is how all the rest of the paradigm shifts are probably going to go. But like, let's look at that now from a positive. I'm in a world now where aliens and UFOs are normal and real and regular. And you know what else is great? Is being a psychic. Being a psychic, being a tarot reader, being a spiritual coach, in this paradigm, it's really not that big of a deal. It's not that crazy. Yeah, that's a job. Yeah, that's something you do. Not, oh, fortune teller, oh, don't tell me my future. I don't want to know if I'm going to die. In the old paradigm, that's how people would treat me. I'd be like, bitch, you think you have enough money to pay me to tell you when you're going to die? Anyways, that's a joke. But in this paradigm, it's just not that edgy to be a psychic, which it's okay. I'm not a Scorpio. I didn't need it to be edgy. I just needed it to be not fucking harassed. And we're good here. In this paradigm, it's a quite regular choice and vocation. Whatever. Cool, you do that? Cool, whatever. Moving on. So now let's have a little fun with this. Things like flying cars. Have you noticed? They're going to start to trickle that out. 5 years from now, they're just going to have, it's just going to go like from now where we're like, oh my God, I think we might get flying cars. It would be so crazy if we got flying cars. Like, think about the fifth element. It's going to go from us being like, that would be so awesome if we had flying cars, to, oh my God. Did you hear how annoying the new road rules are? I liked it when you could pass over each other. I liked it when you put on your up blinker and you passed over the other cars. And now they're saying you can only put on your up blinker and pass over a car if you're in the second to top lane. But if you're in the first and second and third lanes, you can't pass over. You got to pass side to side. You got to go into the far left lane, which is the only lane where you can pass up and up and up. And you got to get up to the fourth lane before you can start passing up to the fifth and sixth lanes. Would you believe that I actually just channeled that complaint from 5 years from now? When flying cars is not a big thing, a big deal, and we have multiple lanes of traffic vertically, and a set of road rules that go with it? Just complaining and going into the details and being like, yeah, I know, that's so annoying. But at least you're using your up blinker. In Florida, nobody uses their up blinker. What's another example? The example I gave in Lightworker News was superpowers. I'm not going to go into all of them because it starts to feel like a flag topic and I'm already so shadow banned. But we'll just use one, telekinesis. Right now, if you said you were telekinetic, like, everyone would be like, okay. Okay, let me get my coffee, hold on. If you said you were telekinetic, people would be like, right, ooh, okay. And what'd your therapist say about that, sweetie? You know what I mean? Hold on. Like the therapist paradigm. In the old paradigm, going to therapy was so taboo. It meant there was something wrong with you. Now, in the new paradigm, if you don't go to therapy, then it's like there's something wrong with you. Okay, so like telekinesis. Someone said they're telekinetic. You'd be like, okay, that's very cool, right, honey? Don't talk to that man. He said he's telekinetic. That's what you're telling your kids to avoid them. 5 years from now, it's not going to be like, whoa, telekinesis is real. It's just going to go to like, oh, there's one of those telekinoids. I swear. The last thing I want to deal with right now is a teenage telekinoid. Because all they freaking do is unhook bras. And they think it's so funny to unhook bras. And luckily, I mean, the telekinesis power activates in strength as your vibration raises. So, you know, the kids with their telekinesis, they can't do much. You know, they can like bend a spoon, or they can move something across the table. But like, they can't move a vehicle. They can't move a building yet. But if they raise their vibration, man, they could really do some incredible things to make the world a better place. But man, when you get those teenage telekinoids, they're just obsessed with unhooking bras. Unhooking bras and unhooking people's pants buttons. Oh, and the newest prank with the telekinoid teens, unzipping people's flies. So if you're walking around and your flies unzipped, it's probably one of those kids. That was another channeled complaint from 5 years from now. Not no, oh my God, people are telekinetic now. No. Just fucking subtle transition into now we're like complaining about it, and it's like such an integrated thing into our life that so those are all the examples I'm going to give you. The world around you is changing. You're not alone in the world in that you feel like you're changing and your body is kind of releasing pollution and stagnant things away from you, and you're compelled to change, and you're feeling compelled to change, and you're feeling compelled to change, and you're feeling compelled to change, and it makes perfect sense. Because you're in a whole new paradigm. And this whole new paradigm is slowly starting to reveal itself to you, and it's revealing itself to you in perfect timing. It's not too much for you. You can handle this. And if you're younger, I know it can feel a little bit like an identity crisis. Like if you're 26, 27, like you're just approaching Saturn return, I know it can feel like a bit of an identity crisis. If you're under the age of 25 right now, you came into this life. My pigeon friend is here. You came into this life and they brought their lover. No, it's not two pigeons. It's lovebirds. Oh my God. Sorry. So if you are under the age of 25, you were born set up for the new paradigm. So if you're born under the age of 25, you're pretty much just a fire starter here to just, help, assist in the burning down of the old world and the activation of the new world. You're already here. Any kid under the age of 25 is literally pre-ascended. If you are over the age of 25, it's tough. I know, it's tough because you're a little bit in the old world. Hey, all of us over the age of 30, we were literally born in hell on earth and grew up in the 90s. You grew up in the 90s, you grew up in hell on earth. Now the meat of hell on earth was the 80s, right? That was the meat of hell on earth. You're 22, babe, you are literally a future person. Everything you create is a portal. Everything you create from your heart, from your soul, from your spirit self inside of you. Everything you create. Oh, old, we don't use that word here. We don't use that word old here, babe. We don't use that. Anyways, so if you're in your early 20s, someone said they were 22, everything you create is a portal to new earth. Everything you create is a portal to new earth. Everything you create from your heart and you manifest from your heart is a portal to new earth. This goes for everyone, but for the young ones, it comes very natural for them. For the young ones, it's unnatural for them to do anything but make portals to new earth. So all the grown-ups All the grown-ups. All of them. All the grown-ups that are older. I mean, no, we use the word older. That's a word in the English language to reference numbers. That's a word we use to reference numbers. But the connotation that, like, the word old is something bad. It's a fucking word. That's not something bad. I didn't say murderer. I didn't say gangrene. I just said older. So, anyways, the young ones, you know, it's really natural for them to just be paradigm shifters and to offer constant portals to the older generations. And it sucks because the older people, you know, people who are like 60, 70, 80 years old. Nope, actually, once you hit 75, you start ascending almost no matter what. And that's like really traumatizing for some people because like they start seeing all the ways that they fucked up. But I'm looking at like ages 60s to 60 to 75 are really still perpetuating. I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying a majority of them are really perpetuating a lot of old paradigm energetics still. And so those young kids in their early 20s, they seem really offensive to them. People in the old paradigm are going to be really oppressive to these kids in their early 20s because they just don't understand, you know. These kids are offering them a portal into a new earth, but those people thought that there was never going to be a shift in the earth. Like, they're not even comprehending that that's happening yet. And if you're over the age of 25 and you're just heading into your Saturn return, you could be dealing with feelings of identity crisis. But I want you to know it's just because you anchored your identity into some of your weaknesses, you anchored your identity, you started to identify yourself by low vibrational habits, and now your body is like getting rid of these low vibrational habits naturally. Your body's just acclimating to this new higher vibration and changing, and you're 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 changing. And you're like, oh my God, I thought I was always going to have these issues. Oh my God, I thought I was always going to have these problems. And you're just changing out of them. And so it's kind of crazy. And so if you self-identify with those issues and problems and then they're leaving you, you could be dealing with a little bit of an identity crisis. But just acknowledge that it's okay to go through an identity crisis as long as on the other side of it you feel more like yourself. More like a pure version of yourself that you've maybe never been before. But life is probably going to be easier for you on the other side of that crisis. So just stay alive. Please stay alive. Just stay alive. Just stay alive. Oh, my mom is 60 and dad is 80. I see the difference in their ascension. Ooh. So that was my big kind of ascension light code for you. That was my ascension light code. I'm happy to share that energy with you. I'm happy to share that love and light with you, and I hope it helps. Now that felt like 30 minutes. Let's see how long it really was. Oops, wrong button. 33. I knew it. My internal clock is on. So that was 30 minutes. For this next 30 minutes, I would love it if you all would ask me questions. I'm going to read your question out loud if I feel like it's going to provide us assistance and add-on to help y'all in facilitating and integrating and understanding the message that I just gave you moments ago. So what are you going through? What's going on for you right now? It's okay if it's a little personal, and I'll give you a reading. I'll give you a reading, and the intention of the rest of this video is giving personal readings to people in the collective right now. Just put your comment here in the chat, or you can ask it in the questions tab, whatever. I'll look at both, and I'll read it out loud, and I'll give you the reading, and then understand that each and every reading that happens for the next about 30 minutes, each reading is like a puzzle piece to help facilitate your integration of the light codes. Whether the reading is something you're going through or not, it's the advice that comes from the reading that I hope will be powerful for you. And I love this kind of format. So the floor is open. It's all yours. I usually don't like carry the microphone around like this, but it's just kind of fun for me today because I have the door open and there's a lot of traffic and there might be some like sounds out over there. I want to make sure my voice is the loudest sound coming from your phone. This one? No. Not this one. Let's check this one. What do you mean you were grabbed out of your sleep last night by spirit? Are you talking about like your spirit? Are you talking about an external spirit? Like a ghost? Like your spirit inside your body woke you up? Or are you talking about more like about like Holy Spirit, like the energy of God and the divine? I know spirit is such a word that we use so often, so you can use it in so many different contexts. Oh, I think you're talking about ghosts are waking you up. Beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, so let's do, yes, we got the questions rolling in, so we're just going to get into it, okay? Oh, it was someone, okay. Someone was just sharing with us that they got woken up by a spirit last night, and they were just sharing it. There was no question with that. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. Am I being reactive / triggered, or is it my intuition? Why can't it be all of those things? They're separate mechanisms. My intuition can tell me something, then I can get triggered by what it tells me, and then someone can say something to me, and I can be reactive. Mind you, it would be toxic for me to be reactive. And it would be immature for me to be triggered, but it would also be self-aware if I was aware of both, and you seem to be aware of both, and I think you're doing all of the things. So first look at what is your intuition telling you that you're having this emotional response to? Why is it so hard for you to handle? Where is the potential unhealthy attachment that your intuition is attempting to bring to your awareness and attention? And why are you disagreeing with what intuition is telling you? Why are you fighting against it? What are you afraid of losing? And then this fear, this part of you that you're afraid of losing in one way or another, why is it causing you to be a bitch to others? Why is it making you an asshole? Why are you allowing it to make you be immature and act in a way that is not caring to your spirit? Those are questions that I've prompted for you to answer for yourself. You do not have to answer them in the chat. New connection I'm excited about after avoiding dating for the past years. Ooh. Elizabeth, I'm so excited for you. So everyone send good energy to Elizabeth with her new connection she's excited about. Ooh. Let's read our Nisha's comment. I'm fully aware of the shift, and I know for sure I have all the tools, but it seems like I'm blocked from actually putting things into action. What am I missing? You're skipping a step. You're skipping a step. You're not allowed to play hopscotch right now. You need to be shuffling forward with your feet on the ground without picking up a foot. And right now you're trying to pick up a foot to step over a gap, or you're trying to jump over a gap into the next step. It's definitely a situation here where aware of the shift. I know for sure I have all the tools. Seems like black. Yeah. Two things. One, there's no big thing that you're going to do, even a ritual, that's going to create the shift in paradigm. The shift in paradigm happens around you, to you, involuntarily. So release this belief that you have a lot of control over the shift. The shift has occurred already. If there's a tool, then you have it already. It's already in your tool belt that you're wearing. So where you feel hesitancy to act, treat that like intuition, letting you know the ground is not ready for you to build, or this is not the ground I'm supposed to build on. Feels like you know that, yes, I have the tools and I need to build and I'm ready to build. And now you need to make sure that where you build is where you want to build. I hope that helps. Hi, Emily. Okay, let's read Emily's. Things confirm that I'm on the right path, but why isn't things going how I want them to, romantically or in general? Because you're not God. Because you're not the freaking boss of life. It would be nice if, like, God didn't need us to learn things through, like, this beautiful path of, you know, picking up little bits and pieces of clues along the way that teach us things. But we have to do that because that's the way that we change the future. It's by bits and pieces in these separate small experiences that teach us things that actually cause us to retroactively heal past generations and prevent the perpetuation of generational curses by experiencing small discomforts in our life. Boom, just healed my future generation. Boom, just healed my future generation. Boom, just healed retrospectively my mom. Boom, just healed my grandma. Boom, just healed my great-grandma. So just because your experiences right now are not, ooh, I'm having a relationship and love going exactly how I want it to go, that doesn't mean that what you're doing and what you're going through isn't divine and isn't important just because it's not exactly what you wanted. And get used to that and stop taking it so personally when things aren't going exactly how you want. You're not just here to please you. You're here as part of a greater web and community of spirits and energetics. So when things aren't going well for you, take one for the team and continue to be your wonderful, beautiful self. I promise it will make sense in retrospect. She's still standing. You need to go to a medium, my love. You're looking for a medium, and I don't do that kind of work, my dear. I am not a medium. I choose not to be, and it is not a part of my contract. Next, how do we help our elders that we love understand our world? We don't, because I love them and I want them to come with us. We don't help them understand by working directly on them. What we can do is create in this world, create actual mechanisms. What kind of work do you do? Are you a painter? Are you an engineer? Do you build machines? Do you build furniture? Do you write documents? Do you write papers? What do you do? What do you do? What is the thing that you do in the world? Do that in this new paradigm. They will learn not through you. They will learn through your creations. If you're more, someone who works with money or works, on an office and there's not a physical product, then what you do is money. The physical thing then is going to be money. You're a painter. I said it straight away. But for everyone, know that sometimes the final result is money. And your parents or your people in your life that are older, they're not going to understand what your new paradigm is, what this new thing is, until they see the money. And that might take a couple years or a couple days, a couple hours. I'm not trying to project that onto you. For you to work out how you're going to react and act in this new paradigm to get that money. So they might not understand. They might not get it. That is no reason to stop living. It's like, don't worry. For me, it was, don't worry, mom and dad. Don't worry. I won't bring it up to you so much that I'm doing this thing that you don't understand. This is flashback to me in 2017, starting my tarot readings and stuff. I'm not going to talk to you anymore about this thing you don't understand because I can tell it freaks you out. They're like, get into real estate. Go get your master's degree. They're just trying to be helpful. But I knew I needed to do something else. And once I saw that they couldn't support that something else because they didn't understand it, I talked about other stuff with them. Until I started making money. I know I've told this story before. Because for me, it was until I started making money. And I could say, hey, guess what? I just want to share with you, I'm going to a farmer's market. And the last farmer's market, I made this much. This month in readings, I made this much. How cool is that? And then when they saw the money, they realized, oh my God, we don't get everything. We don't understand this thing we didn't understand. It didn't matter that we didn't get it. She still did it and succeeded. It didn't matter that we didn't get it. It didn't matter that we didn't support it or we didn't believe in her. She still got it. That's when they learn. Because now, they don't fucking know what they're talking about, but they'll still be like, how were your readings, honey? Did you go to any markets? They're so sweet. I fucking love them. Did you go to any No, Mom and Dad. Thank you for asking. So sweet. They don't need to get it. The real challenge is you getting it and getting after it, even if you don't have the emotional support of the people who you usually have the emotional support from. Only one question per person, please. I'm learning how codependent I've been, and I'm working on how to identify my own responsibilities within relationships. How do I understand when to lean into others or lean into myself? Christine. Hi, Christine. Okay. So I actually need to give you a more personal reading because what you're going what you're going through right now is not kind of what everyone's going through, but I think that there is a subset of people whose energy you are reflecting, and I'm going to need to get a little psychic, but first I need to my ex told me he still loves me. Any advice? You say, I know. And you say, you're going to love me for the rest of your life. And I'm going to love you for the rest of my life. And I'm also never going to forget what you did to me and the truth of who you are and who you will always be. Because I accept you and I love you unconditionally. And to truly accept and love someone unconditionally, you accept their actual actions. You accept their actual truth. Accept who they are fully without trying to change them or make excuses for them. You just accept them. And in that, you love them truly. And with that understanding and knowledge and love for how they truly are, you decide, I don't want you in my life. You decide, I do not want you in my life. I see you, I love you unconditionally, I accept you. And that's why I don't want you in my life. I hope that helps. Okay, so I got it, Christine. I got it. Are you ready? This is going to be for you and anyone else who's still wondering if they are codependent. The root of your issue here in codependency is your innate lack of confidence in your capability. You don't think you can do your life on your own. If you're just like a single woman out in the world, if you're just a single woman out in the world, living your life, maybe your friends live out of town, your family lives out of town, and you don't have a boyfriend at the time or whatever, girlfriend, they friend. And so you imagine that's like hell. Your codependency is rooted in that you doubt your capability. You don't trust yourself. You don't think you're capable. Probably there was someone, a voice like your mom growing up, who micromanaged you. And so you were so micromanaged for your entire childhood and maybe even your teenage years that you were never able to develop your own sense of self-advocacy and your own relationship with your assertion. You have not been able to develop your sense of self-assertion, your ability to advocate for yourself, to choose for yourself, to say, I like that, I don't like that. your ability to look at a situation and problem solve all on your own by yourself, because your parent was always on top of you doing it for you. So you never got that practice. Because as a kid, when your parent lets you kind of figure it out and is there supporting you, holding a safe space for you, if you fall, I will catch you. If you hurt yourself, I will help you mend your wounds. If a bad guy's coming, I will protect you. But I know, child, that you can do this thing. And usually it's like climb up a ladder at the playground or something. So you the parent lets the kid do that. And then the kid climbs the ladder on their own. They make it to the top of the playground, construction. And they're like, yay, I did it. And they feel that feeling of capability. And they start to build that inner confidence with their self. They start to build that because as a kid, it starts. I know I'm capable because my mom let me climb that ladder. She wasn't behind me. She didn't pick me up every time I got to the ladder and was scared. So she picked me up and brought me up there. No. She said, I know, little Timmy. I know you can do it. And she talked me through it or whatever. So if your parent did not give you the opportunity to develop that capability as a child, then as an adult, you always feel like you need someone to micromanage you because you don't trust yourself. Okay? Okay, Christine? Take a deep breath. I'm going to give you some affirmations. If you really love these affirmations, you can rewatch the video because I'm going to save this to my page, and you can write these down, and you can even say them every morning if you like, okay? So take a deep breath, and then just keep breathing calmly. Start to tap into the energetics in your body, but I want your eyes to be open, and I want you to be like kind of looking in front of you. You don't even have to look at me as long as you can hear me. And put one hand on your heart, unless you're holding a child or operating some vehicle. Put a hand on your heart. Okay, you ready? Repeat after me. Christine, and everyone who might resonate with the codependency vibe. Say, I'm set free. I'm set free. I'm set free from the micromanagement of other people. Finally, I can put my spirit first. Finally, I can put myself first. And I can develop into who I was always meant to be. And so it is. Take a deep breath. Okay, I have to tell you something. So as you exit out of the codependency programming and start to realize how capable you are, I need you to realize that this person on the outside that you always have to use to ask for permission to do things, or who used to always make decisions for you, the easiest way to reprogram this is to make that person inside of yourself. So it's like you feel the desire to go to someone to validate something, and instead you just glue circle that back up into yourself. Ooh, is this a good idea? And then be like, I don't know, is it a good idea, Brigette? Yeah, it is a good idea. Oh, I don't know, should I do this? I don't know, should I do this? Oh yeah. And maybe be flirtatious with yourself. Extra loving. Everyone has a different kind of positive vibe that they like to use. Sometimes I like to be super nurturing with myself. I had a girlfriend a platonic girlfriend, non-romantic. Nothing wrong with that, but she was really dear to me in college. I was living on the 20th floor of a 20-floor building, the Congress building in downtown Miami. It was like one of the older buildings in Miami, if not in that little area. And I was on the 20th floor in a 600 square foot studio apartment that was $650 per month. And it was the first time I was living alone in Miami without roommates, because when I first moved to Miami, I was in a 3-bedroom with some roommates that the college hooked me up with, but it was in apartments. And there was a fire on like, I don't know, the 7th floor. And so I couldn't take the elevators to go up to my 20th floor apartment. So I walked up there with my ex, and we brought all my shit down, or at least my shit I really needed down, in bags and suitcases, and I stayed for, a couple months on the couch in an apartment of my friends. And it was the first time I experienced true sisterhood, because it was like, I don't know, 5 women staying together in a 3-bedroom apartment. And it was a nice apartment on Bayshore by downtown. Really nice. And I lived with them on their couch. And the energetics of sisterhood changed my life forever. That was the first time I really got to experience sisterhood. And God, what an amazing time. And anyways, one of the girls, Amanda, she would call me Bridgie Poo. Bridgie Poo. But it wasn't patronizing. It wasn't patronizing. It was like genuine love, the way she called me that. And so when I was exiting out of my own codependency programming years ago, I actually tapped into her nurturing feminine energy and kind of modeled it within myself. So whenever I was starting to feel down on myself, I would go into that energy and I'd be like, Bridgie Poo, Bridgie Pooski, tell me, baby, tell me what you need. I'm here for you. I would do that for myself. And I need you to do something similar like that for you now. Now that I'm a little older, I don't embody that energy. Now I'm more flirtatious with myself. I'll be like, is it a good idea? Do we want to? I feel a little mischievous almost with myself now when I want to do things. So I hope that helps. I know it's freaky being free from the micromanagement of others when you're finally out of all of your codependent relations. And now I want to remind you, we are communal beings. You're always going to seek the company of others. You're always going to seek to be loved and to love. You're always going to seek the eye contact, to be seen and validated, and to talk about life and fashion and whatever you care about with others. Like, this is a beautiful part of life and being a human, that we're not alone and we are together. And so, yes, we do need to socialize. We do need other people. That's healthy, but what's codependent is saying, I need that person. No. You need people. You need community, yeah, but you don't need that community. That's where it gets toxic. Healthy is, I need people. I need to socialize. I like to love people. So, that's healthy. Unhealthy is, I have to love that person. It has to be that person. No. You don't get to choose who and force them. No. You don't get to pinhole yourself into saying, I only need that one person something. No. Because what if they change their mind? Then what the fuck are you doing? Creepy. So you open it up. You don't personify it. You don't personify it. You know what I mean? But you acknowledge the need, the want, the desire, yes. But you don't put it on a certain person so creepily. Because then when that person isn't actually able to offer you what you actually want, you're not still attached to them or something, or trying to take from them when they don't want to give. It's kind of a powerful topic, right? That's a powerful topic. So we're at 58 minutes. 58. So that's where we're going to stop it. Okay, my loves? Thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, I'm just going through. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything major. Thank you for the validation. Thank you for the confirmation, my dears. Ooh, wait, we had a good question. How to discern when and how to share the messages, insights with others, especially when the nudge is for someone else? Don't. What? Unless someone gives you advice, excuse me, you can already tell I'm ready to end the video. Unless someone asks you for advice, don't be a fucking creep. No. If God is telling you something about someone, it's for your own protection. If they come to you for advice or for your opinion, well, you'll definitely have something to say. And if you're very close with them, you could say, hey, God spoke to me last night and he told me something and I think you need to hear it. And if your friend says, oh, wow, really, I'd love to hear it, then you can tell them. And if your friend says, that sounds like a you problem, then don't fucking tell them. You know what I mean? You can't just give people readings. It's like why I would never DM someone offering a reading. That's why the scammers, you know they're a scammer, because no one says, I read something and had to tell you. Incorrect. That is not how the role of consent goes in readings. So do not give someone a reading if they do not consent. Do not give someone your opinion. Do not give someone advice if they did not ask for it. And if you really feel like you need to tell them, don't just tell them what it is. No. Say, hey, but be honest. I feel the divine urge. I feel the intuitive epiphany of insight for you. And if they say, wow, that sounds amazing, tell me, then great. But if they say, what the fuck is that? Then you know that you're off. You're off. That's not how it goes. Sometimes God tells us something about someone because we need to navigate and behave ourselves differently. If God tells us that someone has inner child healing going on, if God tells us that someone has, a wound from childhood, that's not the invitation for you to now talk to them about their childhood. No, this is an invitation for you to tread lightly around childhood. You see the difference? This is an invitation for you to have compassion for them when they see a happy father-child relationship and they tear up. You won't poke and prod at them. Instead, you'll hold space for them because you understand. You see the difference? God will tell you things, your intuition, which is your spirit, which is communing with God through the solar plexus. So any nudge you get, you keep it to yourself so that you can be a more compassionate and loving human. And don't share it with people unless they specifically ask for it. I'm really so glad that you asked this question, and I'm so glad that I didn't miss it. I'm so glad I didn't miss it, because that's just a great little doop to add on to the end of the video. So thank you for joining me. If you would like to sign up for any of my incredible programs that I have going on, please visit my website. I just updated my homepage so that my freshest programs are little cute pictures on my homepage, and then the older programs, you can't really see them anymore so that it doesn't look like there's too much going on. And I have a new class on the horizon. I already created the graphic. It's really creepy and cool, but I'm not going to announce it yet. I want to give myself a few days to work on the website pages, make sure the sign-up link and buttons are cute and they work. So that's what I'm going to be working on this weekend, and I'm really excited about that. I hope you have some fun this weekend. I hope you take care of yourself. I hope this was powerful for you. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you can. My availability will be changing after August, but please feel free to book with me up through August. The availability that you see on my website is accurate. September, if you book for September, I may be rescheduling some of those. But anyways, don't worry about that, just so you know. And I also want to say, Pilates class starts Tuesday. Sign up on my website. And please keep taking care of yourself. Have a beautiful day. Go look at the sun. Go look at the sky. Open yourself up to beauty. If you see something beautiful, you better fucking look. Unless it's like someone's butt. Don't be creepy. But I'm talking about like the sky, a sunset, some birds. And if you're driving, keep your eyes on the road. Stay smart. But maybe pull over or go park to look at the sunset. There's a lot of beauty available to you. You are in a whole new paradigm, and this is heaven on earth. So don't be all closed off because the old world taught you how to be closed off, because we're in the new world now. We're in new earth. So open yourself up, and you're going to realize, wow, new earth is really everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. This is a whole new paradigm. It's just not a big deal. There's no welcoming party. There's no grand celebration to that we're in the new paradigm. It's just a subtle shift, and it's a little gaslighting, like, yeah, this was always here. What are you talking about? So I hope this helps. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.